Welcome back to Facebook Live at Anna Scheller at annascheller.com. I am so glad that you joined me today. Thank you if you are watching the replay. It's always a pleasure to be with my replay viewers. And thank you for joining me live if you're joining me live. It's a lot of fun to be with you, read your comments, see how this is impacting your way of selling, your view of selling, and hopefully helping you sell more of your product or service. You can like my page at www.facebook.com/Anna for your success. I'm going to see if I can get rid of some of this glare. There we go. It's a little better. All right. I'm in my living room today, trying to find the best spot to talk in. Plus my family's in the library, so I can't use the books behind me. Anyway, go ahead, www.facebook.com/Anna for your success. That's Anna with two N's for the number 4, your success. So today I want to talk about, we're continuing the series on not telling your customer too much or giving them too much information. You know, I have to confess to you, it is so hard not to try to tell everybody everything up front. We want them to know everything so they can make a decision. Unfortunately, that works against us. And I'm going to share the story of how I got married, and I'm hoping that by sharing that story with you, it will help you see how important it is that you focus on one thing at a time when it comes to sales. So when I met my husband, he did not know that he was going to marry me, but I knew he was going to marry me. So I had to go through this process of showing him that I was the right woman for him. Now, the interesting thing about my husband was he wasn't interested in a relationship. He was simply interested in having a companion. And it got to the point that he was so afraid of getting deeper in the relationship, he made all kinds of promises to himself that he wouldn't spoil this friendship by getting romantically involved. So I had my work cut out for me. Now, do you think that a guy who was just looking for a companion, if I told him up front that we were going to live 34 years happily married plus, that I wanted to marry him and that it was going to be a wonderful life and that he should just, give up and marry me right away. These were the benefits of marrying me. Do you think he would have joined up? No, you know that and I know that. No, not at all. But sometimes as we are approaching our sales with our customers, we do the same thing. We tell them all the reasons they should join up with us. We tell them all of the benefits they'll enjoy. We'll tell them the features of our product or service. We give them too much information when maybe all they really need is just to get some kind of contact. In order for you to understand, this was something I had to understand because it wasn't, when I understood this concept that I'm going to share with you over the next couple of days, when I understood this, it made sales so much easier for me. You see, I was trying to go from first base to a home run the first time around instead of just trying to get to the next place. When I was dating my husband, I knew that the next place to go was for him to be comfortable with me. And then the next place after that was to see where he was at in terms of friendship and what he was wanting and expecting from this friendship that was developing. You see, I had to take it slowly and I had to just go to the next step. Well, it's the same way in sales. There are stages of selling that you want to take the customer through. The first stage is lead generation. The second stage is appointment setting. The third stage is identifying needs. Trust and rapport, that's right. The fourth stage is identifying needs. The fifth stage is sharing the benefits. The sixth stage is asking for the order. And the seventh stage would be objection handling if objections indeed come up. You see, a lot of times what we try to do is we try to get from meeting the person to telling them all about what we do. We skip appointment setting, we skip trust and rapport, we skip identifying their needs, and we jump right to what we can do for people. And a lot of times we don't know what they're looking for, so we're not even hitting on their hot buttons. Instead, I want you to think about, and you can actually email me at anna@annascheller.com, and I will send you an infographic that explains the different stages and the focus of each stage. So for example, let me just tell you that when you're in the lead generation stage, when you're trying to get somebody's information, all you want to do is get their information. You don't want to try to tell them everything you do. You don't want to tell them how much money you could save them or how much better they'll feel using your product. All you want to do is make a connection in such a way that they're willing to give you their contact information for you to contact them again. Social media is a great tool to do this, but it's really a great thing to do in person as well. But that's all you want to do in lead generation. Don't try to sell your product or service when you're just trying to get their contact information. You tend to give too much information and then lose the sale. Appointment setting has a very similar focus. Your job in appointment setting is to get the appointment. We think the way to get the appointment is to tell them what we do. Nope. The way to get the appointment is to show them the value they're going to get by meeting with you in exchange for their time. It's very important to have that right focus. It's important when you're writing emails or doing anything like that where you're trying to get appointment setting that your focus is on the client and not on what you can do. You just simply want to get in front of them, and you have to keep their interests in mind first. What would benefit them to hear from you in order to give you a little bit of their time? When you focus on what the purpose of each step is in the sales process, by narrowing your focus, you're going to narrow the amount of information you're going to find you can give that person in order to get the target of that particular activity, whether it's getting their information or getting an appointment with them, establishing some rapport, learning what they need. All of those have their place. And what you want to do is you want to be sure that at every step of the way, you're just letting people know what they need to know in order to get to the next step of sales. So we're going to be talking more about this staged selling. It's a really important concept, and I think it's going to help you relax so that you're not going to be so edgy and uptight and fearful that you're not going to get the sale, and you're not going to be as tempted to share too much information. It's so wonderful, don't you think? Well, anyway, I'm looking forward to doing the rest of these videos. Tomorrow I will be doing them a little earlier than normal because I have a lot of commitments tomorrow evening, but I do want to do this and share this with you. So stay tuned. Be with me tomorrow, probably about an hour or two earlier than normal, and let's get this done. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.